Hey there, I'm Ethan, creator of SlappShell Wave Arcade, and I'm excited to share the demo of SlappShell's serviceCRM product with you today. It is available as both a boilerplate and a managed service, and it's designed to be able to launch and start running campaigns to your service landing pages to start collecting leads within the same day. I made this for both businesses looking to run their own lead capture CRM sites, along with developers and agencies building something similar for their clients. It's got everything you need from solid SEO, landing pages, custom lead forms, automated emails, conversion tracking, payments, scheduling, and CRM features. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to walk through this demo assuming you're going with the self-hosted boilerplate license instead of the managed service. Managed service setup is a little different, but core features are going to be the same, of course. So first on slappshell.com, where we are now, if you're one of the first, you can actually click this little guy for a nice surprise. But you'll select the license you want, connect your GitHub account, and then check out. And you'll immediately be granted access to the repo along with the SlappShell dashboard where you can find your purchase details, the docs, the repo link, the config wizards, and everything else related to your purchase. After that, you can go to the GitHub repo and either download it or you can clone it from your terminal, set up your project folder, install all the dependencies, remove the remote origin, and get up and running on your own repo. And then run your local server, and you're pretty much ready to go. So next, after that, you'll set up Supabase, run the migration either through the Supabase CLI or your dashboard, enable auth hooks within the Supabase dashboard, and then set up your super admin account. You'll also set up email for through resend, get your API key from there and your verified sender domain, and then you'll set up a Stripe account for payments. Once that is all complete, you will copy over all your keys and URLs to the environment template here, or you can create it with the config wizard that we've got over at slappshell.com. So this is going to allow you to create your environment local file and all your configuration files that we'll get into shortly. Let's see. So, and at this point, once you've got all the those variables ready to go, your site is technically ready to launch. Obviously, it's going to be with the generic information, but you could, if you wanted to, run traffic to the service landing pages here, start collecting leads, and running your business. But before you do that, the real magic is going to come from these handful of config files. So you've got the main ones here are business config, form templates, payments, scheduling, and services. So let's walk through each of these. They're really easy to set up, and these are going to allow you to customize your build and make it exactly what you need for your business. So the first thing is the business config, where you're going to put your company details, contact information, all that good stuff. Branding, just a simple color branding, green. You got some dark ones too. That's all detailed in your docs. You've got options to show a portfolio and show testimonials, which I'll preview in a second. And then some admin details where you want the admin notifications to go to. This is going to be your verified resend sender domain. And then where do you want customers to be able to reply to if they want to reply to your emails? And then finally, your GTM ID, a default value for lead submissions, so just new leads that are coming in, and then default value for lead conversions in the case that a lead doesn't have a value connected to it or something gets lost in translation there. And then finally, a link for your Google Business Reviews. Then next, payments, which is where you get to set how the actual conversion and payment flow works. So only two options you need to set here, which is the payment flow and then deposit percentage, which is tied to just this deposit final payment flow. So you've got three options here. You got full upfront, which means the full service payment is required before things are scheduled. You got deposit final, which means a deposit based on the percentage you set here is required to schedule service, and then a final invoice is due upon service completion. And then you've got invoice only, which means you send the customer, there's no deposit required, only a final invoice is sent after service is complete. Next, you've got your scheduling config, which has a few different options here. So first, there's two main scheduling flows. There's consultations and there's your core scheduling. So consultations are going to be for businesses that require meeting with the customer before they're able to provide them a quote for the service. And then the core scheduling is going to be the core service option, how that's scheduled and managed. So for the core scheduling, first you got skip scheduling. So if your business does not require scheduling blocks, if you're a professional services business or something like that, just true or false. Hourly scheduling is if you want to get granular, not just scheduled by days of the week, but actual hour blocks. And then you get into the nitty gritty of those hourly logic and days of the week that are blocked for scheduling, like weekends and when your business starts, all that good stuff. And then buffer between scheduling blocks. So do you want jobs to be able to be scheduled back to back, or do you like 30-minute to an hour buffer between scheduled jobs? And then consultation scheduling is similar, true or false if you need that. If it's set to true, then the customer is going to receive an email to schedule a conversation after they submit their lead. Next up, we have services and form templates. So these kind of go hand in hand, but services is going to be where you're defining your landing pages, essentially. So what's the service, some details about it, and then the form template key is going to be tied to your custom lead forms in here. So the key would be this, and lead form has some details and all the form fields. And if this seems like something you don't want to mess with, then that's why you've also got these config wizard options. So this allows you to have just a super intuitive, easy way to walk through building either preset templates or custom templates. And then you go through this and you get a output file that you can copy and paste right into here. And it's got exactly what you want. And so the result of all that is on your site, you'll have at services / whatever service you create, the service, the lead form, the other details, all that good stuff. So the customer is going to fill this out and enter into your CRM system. Let's see. So if you want further customization than that, you just simply are going to edit the page TSX files within the public folder for copy and layouts and things like that. Custom favicons and logos and all that good stuff is also in the app folder. If you want your own custom little logo in the header here, that's going to be replaced in public logo PNG, or you can also just remove this file entirely. And what that would do for you is just give you a simple little icon based on your company initials here. Yeah, you've got a pretty custom, slick solution for your leads-based business at this point. If you need proper sizes for your logos and whatnot, you can use the SlappShell logo maker for all of that. That's available at slappshell.com. And now you've got your custom, fast, SEO ready, conversion ready, responsive lead capture website. And then based on the services you've configured and the lead forms you've created, you'll have all your landing pages ready to go too. All your core pages are there, the home page. But let me mention this. So here's where all your services are going to be. If you set that portfolio section to true, you can put some images here to show off what your company does. If you have any testimonials you want to show, testimonial section set to true, you can put them here. You got your about, contact, privacy, terms, all that good stuff that you expect from any solid website. Meta tags are all ready to go for you. So you're going to find those in either the page TSX file up at the top here. They're all populated, but if you want to customize them, come in here and do so. Email templates. We're not going to dive too deep into emails, but email templates are all customizable too. In the emails folder, you've got all these templates for different types of emails that are sent to customers that you can customize the wording, the styling, all that good stuff. But everything is ready to go. Any customization beyond the config files is completely optional at this point. So now, probably would have to take no more than 10 to 20 minutes. You can actually start focusing on your core business, which is collecting and servicing leads, of course. So ServiceCRM, as the name implies, has some pretty awesome built-in CRM systems where you'll be able to manage your leads and send estimates for approval, schedule service, update their status, send them final invoices. So after you create that first super admin account, you get access to your leads dashboard, and the super admin has the ability to create other admin users to help you manage your leads. So first, from your dashboard overviews page, you've got a quick view of your stats, you got your navigation, you got a recent leads table that shows you the latest leads that have come in. And clicking on them from here gives you the ability to see just a quick highlight of status and some details and all that good stuff. So you can start to contact them here, or you can manage them from the leads details page, which is going to show you everything else about the lead and give you all the actions you're going to need and all that good stuff. So I'm going to come back to these features in a second, and then your leads details page, which is going to show you all of your leads, quick status view, some quick actions where you can manage or send them emails or call them. And then clicking into that will again take you to the lead details page. You've also got your jobs page, which is going to show you your scheduled services and consultations, all upcoming or incomplete ones that haven't been marked as complete in your system. And you've also got your admin users view where the super admin is able to add new admins, remove them, all that good stuff. So back to the leads details. So this is really the bread and butter of your CRM. This is where you're going to be able to see all the information they've submitted. All the basic stuff is here, like contact information, details of their service, their location, all that good stuff. And then any extras that you've put into your custom lead forms is also available just in raw format down at the bottom here. So the leads details page is where you're going to be able to send your estimates, send your final invoices, edit the lead status, add notes, mark as converted, assign to team members, mark conversion values. It's also going to have some manual admin overrides for cases where you're talking on the phone or cash check deposits, where you can mark things as paid or schedule service yourself, for situations where the customer is, for whatever reason, not able to do that through the next flows we'll walk through. So when you take a look at these guys, let's walk through these guys real quick. So the estimates and final invoices are going to be your two main customer-facing actions. So the first one, send a service estimate, is essentially an email template where you can customize the subject, write a personal message if you want, and then provide them with some options for them to approve. So this is, you can mark it as recommended, and it'll show up highlighted in their email, total cost, details of the service, and then you can also add additional options. So if you want to give 3 options for the customer to choose from, and then the different details that go along with each one. Then you send that off, customer receives an email, and they get a review and approve the service, pay their deposit if that's how you configured it. So and then final invoice is similar. Once service is complete, you'll have the ability to send their final invoice. You'll also have the ability to add additional charges or discounts based on whatever took place during the service. And that is the core of the admin side of the CRM. So when a customer receives these emails, let's get into those flows. So first, the service estimate approval. So customer receives an email, 3 different service options. They like one, they click approve, and they get into the deposit and scheduling flow as you've set in your configs. So they approve, continue to scheduling. Scheduling page, if you've got hourly set, they'll select a date. Time blocks will pop up here based on what's available in your system. They'll schedule it, continue to deposit, pay their deposit based on whatever percentage you've set. So in this case, I think this was a 20% one. Pay via Stripe. Pay goes into your system as paid. Then it shows up in your jobs. Lead details in the CRM are updated. You complete the service, and then you send on over their final invoice. They get a link. Again, pay the remainder with any additional charges or discounts, and the lead is complete. So that's the core of it, and it can obviously be customized and extended as you need to. It does not take much to do so. So as you can see, SlappShell Service CRM replaces what used to be probably days or weeks of setup for a leads business like this into a few minutes. Plus you get to ditch all the extra lead form, landing pages, subscriptions, overcomplicated paid CRMs, and a whole bunch of other stuff. This is a pretty solid foundation for everything you need for a discoverable, professional, public-facing website and a place to manage your leads. So whether you're building this for yourself or a client, you're going to be able to get to focusing on what matters for the business much faster than if you're doing this all from scratch or with a bunch of disjointed tools and subscriptions. So I've hoped you enjoyed the walkthrough. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out or check out the docs and resources at slappshell.com. Thanks a lot. Bye.